Don't buy super prompts. It's a stupid thing. I don't know why people have created that. It's like the dumbest thing on the planet. Super prompting doesn't work for large language models because you're meant to have the conversation. AI just doesn't do the thing I wanted to do. It just doesn't write the way I wanted to write. I want to dispel the myth that AI can't write properly. I saw a really cool article today how call centers are going to be irrelevant. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live. I have a great show coming up for you because today I'm going to show you how to use your own data and AI to predict new revenue and how to create products based on what your customers actually want. And you already have this data, a lot of us, and I'm showing you some of the data that I have, and I'm going to talk about how important that is to clean up your data. But I'm also going to introduce you to a really cool tool called Perplexity AI.
Hey, it's Ronsley. Welcome, you AI geek, to Amplify AI. Consider this podcast your digital compass for you, the business leader wanting to use artificial intelligence ethically and in alignment with your brand's identity to achieve your business goals. Leading and running a business in the world of AI is like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. But this podcast and I are here to make that easy. Every episode is a masterclass in unlocking techniques for using AI as a business leader, founder, owner. Thanks for being here. Let's learn.
Check out episode 21. It's all about voice preservation. I highly recommend it by a dear friend of mine, Ken Drose. We're going to talk about a really cool technique today called distillation, and we're going to go through the tactic. Before that, let's talk about the news. There's some really interesting news about $60 billion that is being spent in artificial intelligence, which is kind of crazy. And why is that crazy? Let's get into that. I had actually found this and I'd put it in my notes that Accenture had launched a huge $1 billion sort of thing, but then I found out that it was not. It was more another number. And I'll show you what I mean. I went into Perplexity AI and I said, hey, I heard this news story. Can you find how relevant it is? And what it did was it went through and did some research. If you look at Perplexity, this is a really cool tool. This is Google search and artificial intelligence baked together. So search and intelligence. When we think about AI, we think it's search and it's information, and it's not, it's different. So Perplexity AI brings this both together and it does really cool search. So just see the numbers, it's the steps it's done, right? So it's first taken that question. It searches the news and then it finds sources, and then you see these sources, right? Whether they're valuable or not. This is really important because there's obviously a skills gap, but everyone today seems to be proficient in AI. It seems like everyone knows what they're doing. It's actually to the contrary that a lot of us don't know what we're doing. So I'll give you an example of how this can work for you in your field. So for me, it's AI, and I find this fascinating. Why would Accenture spend so much money on creating a learning platform, and what does that mean? So I found this news source. Let me copy that news source, and I'll go back into Perplexity. I'll create a new thread inside Perplexity, and I'm going to say, can you please read this article, summarize the key takeaways. See how Perplexity asks you a follow-up question. I'm going to ask a follow-up question while it's doing this. How is this relevant? So just see how I've structured that, right? I'm kind of showing you what I want it to think about. So first I've gone, hey, can you read this and summarize this? It's really important if you want artificial intelligence to know the response to something, it's important for it to first have the response outputted before that outputted response becomes context. So it's better to kind of first ask it to summarize and read the article and then say, okay, now based on that, how is it relevant? Don't summarize and then tell relevancy at the same time, because then it confuses exactly the instructions. So you want to give it context and layering. That is why super prompts don't work. Don't buy super prompts. It's a stupid thing. I don't know why people have created that. It's like the dumbest thing on the planet. Super prompting doesn't work for large language models because you're meant to have the conversation. You're meant to layer context one over the other. You're meant to refine as you go. So I first asked it to summarize. Then I'm kind of going, okay, how is this relevant for my audience? But be specific. Think this through step by step and give me a reasoning. So I'm asking it to use the chain of thought prompting methodology, and I'm asking it to do that for me. But then it's gone, Perplexity in particular is clarifying for me what specific aspects I wanted to focus on. So I've given it responses so it's better catering to what I'm after. Now, I hear this a lot inside different places where people talk about artificial intelligence. And I hear, oh, AI just doesn't do the thing I wanted to do. It just doesn't write the way I wanted to write. And to all those people, I want to say that you're just not asking the right things and you just don't know how to do it correctly. And for all the people that are getting whatever they want, great, amazing. But I want to dispel the myth that AI can't write properly, because you can get AI to hop on one leg across multiple swings and play in the playground if you wanted to. So you can be very specific on how you do things. And as long as you know how to articulate that, that's what's going to be most important. Let me show you what it's done, right? Just understood the question. Then it is refined it because of I've given it more context that I wanted for impact on founders and leaders and benefits for business owners. Then it's gone and searched the web, it's found 20 sources, and based on the context of that and the whole conversation, now it's given me, okay, here are some key takeaways. AI can automate repetitive tasks, scheduling, registration, financial aid management, freeing up staff. 100% this allows. So these are benefits. AI-powered analytics, provide real time. I'm going to show you how to use your data. It covers how AI tutoring systems and chatbots. I saw a really cool article today how call centers are going to be irrelevant. Everyone keeps thinking like, oh, obviously drivers, driverless cars are coming and that's going to be a thing and it's going to happen soon. And everyone's worried for the driver group that has been earning their living all this time by driving. And it's been coming for a long time. We've known about it. But another one that's big is going to be call centers. Because if you think about what's happening right now and you think about how companies have been... The reason I'm bringing all this stuff up is because you need to understand how quickly things are going to change. Now, that's the benefits. Here's the impact. And obviously, skills and education inside something that's going to be one of the biggest conversations of our lifetime is going to be super important. And I really, really recommend that you invest some time, money, effort, thinking into artificial intelligence and learning how to use it properly, how to use it for good, how to use it ethically, and how to do it properly. Because, business owners, we all have this really cool thing that we've built as entrepreneurs, right? Usually we've built this business to help and make an impact and assist the greater good. So with AI, you can make that so much more achievable because you can reduce the human cognitive load that goes into putting some of these things out. So that is Perplexity. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So inside here, you're supposed to think about Perplexity as a place where you get all your news as well, because inside Discover, the news is here. So you see a lot of really important things that have been viewed or seen, and it's really, really valuable inside Perplexity. And then that's the Discover tab. The Home tab is basically here. It's just like a normal chat window. And then Library is all your previous chats. Inside that, you can also search and you can create collections of the different threads you have. Say, for example, you have a certain project you're working on, then you can put them all together inside a collection. So Perplexity is very, very powerful. It is super valuable in what it can do. This is really important. Once you get your subscription, you can choose which model you want to use. I've chosen Claude Opus because I love Claude Opus, to be honest. And I've chosen DALL-E 3 because out of those three, I would have preferred Midjourney, but it's not there. I've been doing some really cool API things with Perplexity. I sent a voice note to a Slack channel that does research using Perplexity and creates a post, and it does it such an amazing job and puts it out as well based on just a voice command at a time. So Perplexity is a really valuable tool that I totally recommend getting because it combines the power of search as well as AI. Let's talk about today's tactic, okay? So today, the goal is to use AI with current data, and how can you use that to predict your next opportunities. And the idea is that in the past, we've usually, especially small business owners, and I'm going to show you how to use your data, and I'm going to show you some of my data. And you want to go from this poorly like forecasting methodology to making it better, to optimize how you want to deliver things accordingly, how you want to plan for the future. What I'm going to start with is actually the data. If you go to aigeeks.site and then you go here, I just want to show you that here we ask, what is the number one thing you want to learn as an AI geek? And what I'm going to do today is show you how to use that information. Inside Perplexity, I'm going to first find, because it's on the desktop. Oh, so Perplexity doesn't take PDFs. Let's go, Lord. What I'm going to do is I'm going to export to PDF. What I've done in the data is I've actually removed anything that is like linking the person. All I want to know is there is a field here. What is the number one thing you want to learn as an AI geek? So I'll just copy that and I'll go, hey, this is data from my email database. I'm after the answers to the question in particular. Can you please read this and that column, understand it, and let me know when you're done? There's roughly about 400-ish pieces of data. So there's people that have responded, they've downloaded, and they've gone, hey, this is the number one thing that I want to learn as someone who's an AI geek or who wants to use AI in their business. So I'm going, can you please put these in buckets? If I had to teach what they want, how can I structure 6-week intensive coaching program to help business owners and leaders with. It's important that I put step by step because the thinking allows it to output. That thinking becomes context. It reviewed the responses and it says, okay, here are some main topics. The AI fundamentals, prompt engineering is big, AI for content creation, for automation efficiency, for marketing and lead generation, for business growth and strategy. So basically, these are the topics. So it's gone through the list and it's identified the main topics. Then it's prioritized it. I suggest the following order. So it's done 6 because it's 6 weeks. And it's gone, okay, here's how I structure the program based on the prioritized topics. And it's fantastic because I can use this as a starting point. Now, actually, what I really want is, who are my people? Like, who are these people that are going to be the right people for this? So I have the names and the names of the people that actually said these are the things that I want. So not only I have 400 people who have told me, hey, this is what I actually would love to learn as an AI geek, and I can say, I've created this perfect thing for you. But I also want to know who else this would be good for. So I'm going to analyze my audience based on this. I've come from real life data that has been collected, about 400 people, and it's been cleaned. And I've put that, and I've said, the cleaning part is really important because it's not right for you to put someone's email addresses and all that kind of stuff into Claude or ChatGPT or any of the large language models unless it is actually on your physical computer and it's a private. So don't do that. It's found that one column and it's understood it, and then it's identified the main topics, it's prioritized it, it's created me the 6-week structure. Now I want to know who my people are. So this is a prompt for me. You can pause it if you want. I'm saying, please brainstorm for me my audience based on this thing. So I've gone from real data to a program that I can actually help people who genuinely want something. And then I've gone, now I know what the program is. Can you please tell me what their biggest pain points are? Obviously, the biggest pain points are efficiency, content creation, business growth, marketing, strategy. And their fears is complexity. What are the biggest fears? What are their beliefs? So they believe there's potential. They believe it's necessary. They believe it's accessible. They believe that there should be balance and AI should augment. So I know who my people are because of what I'm creating, and I know how I can go after them. This is what they aspire to. They aspire for optimization, creativity, and all their pain points, when they're fixed, which are these. What they really wish they could do is focus, innovate, engage, expand, and educate, which is totally on point, right? And here's what I'm saying when people are worried about artificial intelligence, but if you augment human intelligence with artificial intelligence, AI can do all the things that are high on human cognitive load that frees up our cognitive load to do creative things or collaborative things and courageous things. We don't have the excuse of saying we can't do something because everything is totally possible. So it's basically the courage to do it. It's broken that down for me. And now I want to actually ask it a very simple question. What kind of FAQs my audience will have when they look to buy this 6-week coaching intensive for, I don't know, say 5,000, 5K? What are the ways to help them see the justification for this time, effort, and energy expend? Help me empathize with them. Think this through step by step and give me your reasoning. So just see how I'm breaking this down, and I would totally recommend you do this. This is a technique of distillation. There's so many different ways that you can go and do this. You can take a topic and break it down into first principles using Feynman's technique. There's lots of really cool techniques that you can use to break something down that would normally have taken us humans a lot of time to do this manually. But you just see how it's so powerful. So this last line of thinking this through, the chain of thought prompting methodology, is really powerful because it's actually done a step-by-step approach and broken it down. It's first identified the common concerns, then it's addressed each concern with empathy and understanding, and then it is created a comprehensive FAQ document, and it's provided the reasoning. The next thing I would do actually here, before I wind this up and land this plane, I would say, can you please write for me this list of features and benefits and what they get, and write it in my voice style. You can keep doing this and you can keep creating. So I would encourage you all to do something similar with your data, your people, your business, and use AI to do the things that are hard. Use AI to help. Use AI to actually do the things that you've been putting off so that you can do the courageous things. All right, find all these episodes that are edited on Amplify AI. Catch the next one. All right, talk soon. Much love. Hey, AI Geek. Thanks for listening. Your job doesn't stop here. I want you to lend your voice to the conversation. So you can join those conversations, discussions, new trainings, new recordings, and the rest of the AI Geeks by going to aigeeks.co. Also, share this podcast with a friend, another potential AI geek. Until then, much love.